Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mart's Learn and Lead. We are super excited to have you here today. We are just going to get started in a couple of minutes, but before that, let me give you a quick rundown of how the evening is going to progress. Once I pass it over to Padmini, our wonderful speaker is going to give a presentation for about roughly 30 to 35 minutes, and then we will open up the floor for Q&A. And while the presentation is going on, please keep yourself on mute. Unless you have a burning question, feel free to drop your questions in the chat or hold off till the end. And with that, I am going to hand it over to Padmini to introduce our amazing speaker. She is fabulous, and we've known Booma for over a year, and so super excited. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Over to you, Padmini.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, everyone. So I have the privilege of introducing Booma to you guys. So Dr. Booma is a Microsoft AI MVP and AI solution architect with 15 plus years of experience driving innovation in data and AI. She currently serves as a group manager at AWAAI in the US, leading cutting-edge agentic AI initiatives. Her work has earned global recognition. Notably, she's been bestowed with the prestigious title of Microsoft MVP in AI Platform, Young Women Scientist by the esteemed institution Human Sen, a testament to her unwavering dedication and exemplary work. Further enhancing her standing as a trailblazer, Dr. Booma has been honored as an outstanding researcher by Women Icon, a tribute to her relentless pursuit of excellence. Beyond her technical leadership, she's a passionate advocate for diversity and inclusion in tech, mentoring the next generation of talent. Today, she brings both deep expertise and practical insight into how AI is shaping the future of organizations. Booma, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Okay, that's so glad to hear from you. Thanks, Padmini and Uvika, for inviting me, right? So, yeah, hi everyone. I'm super excited, I'm looking forward to the weekend, and this is Friday evening, so I got all my Josh back, Yeah, and also the exciting topic today, which is all about Microsoft Foundry. You heard about me from Padmini, so I don't have to introduce myself. So I'll directly jump into our session today, right? What we will be discussing, right? Right. Okay. So yeah, as I said, I'm genuinely excited today because we are way past from the announcement season now, right? So you know how sometimes you hear updates and you're like, cool, but when do I actually get to use it, right? What I was talking about earlier was like the announcement from Microsoft Ignite, right? So when we are always hearing and not sure how that is going to work and how we are going to make our hands dirty with all the updates, right? We always look into the features, cool features, who will be sharing with us. So today is something opposite, right? Not just hearing. So today I'm going to walk you through what changed, especially in Microsoft Foundry. Not as a, I don't want to take this session as a workshop, not as a build along, more like a guided walkthrough of the platform shift and why it matters, right? Why Microsoft Foundry matters after the Microsoft Ignite announcement. And I promise you, I'll keep this not just a theoretical session. I'll keep you engaged by sharing with some practical scenarios as well, with all the updates what we have heard earlier, right? So if something if something for you sparks a question, drop it in a chat. I'll keep an eye out as we go, or help Padmini and Uvika, please help me out if you can see, or if you find that I missed out some question, and keep continuing with the super cool stuff. Okay. Right. So right here, I'll go ahead and start to share the screen. Let me know if my screen is visible. I'm not sharing the sound. Just Is it visible? I have started sharing my screen.
Not
We
yet.
can't see it yet.
Mhm. How
Can't
about now?
see it, Booma. No.
So
Now?
do you see the
Are you
green
on two
button?
screens? Maybe
Yes,
you
I'm saying, and I'm sharing the entire screen, not the window, not the tab, just the
You want to
entire
maybe
screen.
stop sharing and share again,
Yeah,
maybe?
I'll try it one another time.
Yeah.
Not yet. Oh, now we can.
Coming
It's
up.
coming up.
Yes, it's
Right.
starting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
perfect.
can
We
see
can
it.
see it. Lovely.
Cool then. Okay. I will jump into this. This is not something. The slide. Can you able to see the deck?
Now it went away because first we were seeing the Microsoft Foundry. Now we don't see anything. You know, when you share, there sometimes an option comes on the top, share this tab instead. So go ahead and
Yeah,
share
so
that
I'm
thing
sharing
again.
the entire screen, so just to avoid the confusion, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Go
sharing
back and
not
share the
just the
entire screen again.
window.
Because it went away. Because first we were seeing the Foundry and we were seeing model endpoints.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, let me just jump into this piece alone. How about at least now? The
Yeah,
deck.
something is coming. Yes, we can see the deck.
Cool. Let me check it out. And how about the Microsoft Foundry place?
No, we still see the deck.
Oh. In one another screen is what I'm sharing now.
We still see the deck, the agenda slide.
What's happening? Sorry, everyone, for taking your time.
Okay. No worries.
It's totally cool. Don't worry about it.
It's, No, I'm still seeing the deck.
Yeah.
Do you need to flip between the deck and the and Foundry, or we can
Okay, let me stop
you can
sharing the deck and
you
just
can
move
you
straight
can
away
just
into the
to the
Foundry
Yeah.
part.
Foundry.
So
Yeah.
whenever it is necessary, I'll just bring it up.
Yeah. Yep, we see the Foundry.
And the Foundry multiple screens are available. Let me check in the screen. Yeah, all the tabs are available. Okay, I think we are ready to go.
Amazing.
Okay, so I'll also have to copy that to my another screen. Here are the prompts. Cool then. Okay. So when we are talking about the Microsoft Ignite announcements, right? So this is what our older version, which most of us are very familiar with, right? Whenever we are talking about Microsoft Foundry, it's a recent renamed by Microsoft, from Azure AI Foundry. So now we are calling it as Microsoft Foundry. So most of us are still, we are, stuck with Azure AI Foundry, but this is just a name, not just a name change. We have a lot more interesting stuff, which is inside this, new Foundry. You can see a toggle button at the top. So that is what actually, going to open up magic, what we heard from Microsoft Ignite, right? And you can see these are all the updates which we had earlier. So at the overview page, you can see all the necessary information, what we will be running. So what is our subscription, and the model catalog is a place where we will have all the OpenAI models readily available, right? And there will be a playground where we can jump inside and start to test our agents or test our bot, which we have built with the help of the knowledge base, our enterprise knowledge, right? And then moving forward, there will be multiple agents. And then, if we would like to do some evaluation, we can make use of the monitoring and all these now, also I forgot to share that there will be also an assert where we can bring in our data and perform the indexing on the go. And if you would like to pick any other specific model for this indexing, we can go ahead and perform it in the models and endpoints place, right? So this is all about the older version of Azure AI Foundry, right? So now coming to our new Foundry, so you can see the top toggle button, just turn on it. It will take us to the new experience of our Microsoft Foundry. So this is a homepage, and which is super friendly. I personally will call it as a plug and play option. So I don't have to write much coding. If I feel like I need to create an agent with my enterprise data, I can straight away jump in here with just a minimal amount of coding knowledge. Everyone can jump into the Foundry, activate the new Foundry option, and go to this, the home page, and start building your new agent with your enterprise data based on your own requirements, or based on your guardrailed process as well. That is also playing a crucial role in new Foundry, right? So this is our home page. And then okay, so let me start straight away into the process, right? When we would like to experience, you would see that where's, if I turn on the log. Okay, you'll be wondering where all these options you can find out in the new Foundry, right? Just what you have to do is click on the Start Building option. Straight away, you will be directed to creating an agent or browse the existing model, right? I can straight away jump into the Create Agent options. So this is one beauty, and you can start creating by providing the name. Let me go with Agentic Magic. So create it, and there you go. Here you can see all the options what we have in our old Foundry page, right? So you can see just less pieces here. It's because everything got consolidated, and they have been brought into all these stuff. So it doesn't mean that you're missing any of the fields here. Everything is consolidated and stored under all these partitions, I could call it as. So yeah, so it starts from the agent. So you can see in the agentic part, there is a playground option, traces, monitor, evaluation. So what I was, you can see the playground option here, which is inside the agents now. And what you're seeing here in the monitoring process, tracing process, everything brought under this agent itself. So everything in one screen, we will be viewing it now, right? The playground, traces, monitor. And if you would like to do the evaluation process, yes, evaluation process is available into three different different options. One is automatic evaluation, human evaluation, and the red team. And monitoring, again, it differs based on our requirement. We can go ahead and traces is nothing but if you would like to, check the number of tokens we have used for our agentic solution, that will be displayed here, right? And yeah, let me just switch to the next part. This is a model place where you can see all the pre-deployed model. If you would like to deploy anything, just you can move on and start deploying the model. So these are all the models deployed by my side for today's project. So if you would like to go for few additional models, you can look into this place where you will have the collection of models here from multiple vendors. So not just OpenAI, you can see the latest Claude model as well from Anthropic, and you can see the fine-tuning methods process. You can see the sources, and if you just would like to see the Anthropic models alone, you can click on it and bring it into action just by deploying it. And there's also another option now in the new Foundry that you can have the visibility to compare different models based for your requirements. So sometimes, we might not be very sure for our requirement which model could be suitable, right? So if it is not AI model, if it is a machine learning model, it's not cost effective. But coming to our AI model, right, it's completely cost effective. So we cannot rely on plug and play model or trial and error model if you are using AI. So this is one of the beautiful feature what we are having it in New Foundry. We can straight away key in our requirements and start comparing the models as well. So this is one thing I would like to bring in here. And you can see the capabilities if you would like to fine tune the model, yes, or if you're looking for any reasoning model that would be available here. Just if your requirement is just for reasoning and not for anything else, you can choose any one from the displayed model. And okay, this is an interface task. So again, for your specific requirements, if it is a text to text or speech to speech, or in either way, you can pick from the interface task. And industries, you can select your domains as well, and it will come up with a suitable models which is closely trained with the industry based data. So this is one feature in the model. And coming to the tools option, you'll be having multiple fantastic things here. So which is nothing but the MCP. So MCP is something fantastic when we are talking about Foundry or non-Foundry process. So it is, it is an option to bring our plugins and the providers. There are multiple providers. Again, here coming to the tools part, you have an option to pick your categories. If you'd like to come up with a machine learning based AI model, just pick on the machine learning. Or if you're just looking for the database with the AI excellence, just go ahead and pick the database. And the same goes for the registry and supported authentication process as well. If you just like managed identity, this is for the security purpose, how you would like to present your solution. It's how securely you are planning to deploy your solution is what supported authentication method is all about. And solution template is available here. If you're not sure how your template or how your front end of the solution should look like, you can pick one among from the solution template and you can simply go ahead, right?
Booma, quick question for you.
Yes.
For the tools, the MCP tools, we can add our own in there?
Yes, we can. We can bring it our own custom built MCPs as well. It's not just the deployed one. You can also, there is an option to, upload your own custom built MCP and start playing with it. But that should be using only the provided model. That is not supposed to be from the third party side.
Okay, so third party is okay. Not.
No, it's restricted as of now.
Restricted. Okay.
Yes. Right. Go that. So this is all about in the discovery place. Now let us move on to the build and start building our options, right? I have tested 2 more times today to just, ensure everything is going well. Okay, let me start from here. I have provided the agentic magic, and maybe I can share the scenario what I will be showcasing today, right? So today I have planned to build the agent which will help us to support in certification preparation. So it's a kind of agent which will be supporting us in virtually guiding us how to prepare for Microsoft AI certification. So this is what our today's scenario, which is close to everyone, right? So all of us, when we are hearing about AI, or when we are heard about some certifications, we might not be very sure where to go, whom to reach, or which material would be sufficient enough for me to go through the preparation process, how to start, how long it will take, right? So I'm planning to build agent which will help to answer all these questions, which I brought in now. So that is my requirement. So I'm planning to build the agent which will be helping everyone to prepare Microsoft oriented AI certification, right? So for this, I have named the agent. I haven't done everything as of now. And, here will be the option for me to pick the model. If you would like to pick your own model, which is already available in the Azure Foundry, you can go to the browse more model and deploy it. So you can find all these models. So whichever model you feel likes will be suitable for your requirement, you can bring it up. If not, you can use the one which is default available. So for me, for this building agentic process, I'm using GPT-4o model, which is sufficient enough for my solution. So I'm just clicking on it. And there is new option in the past months, right? So that is view voice mode, which is in preview. So if you would like to build the agent with the help of the voice mode, you can turn it on. And whatever the option you would like to bring in, you can bring it here. You can select the a voice of the agent here. It could be the female, male. And if you would like to go for the more voice model, yes, you can pick it from here. But currently we don't have any custom voice or neutral voice to be deployed. Just we have an option to explore within the available voices, right?
I
So
have a
that's
question for you.
Mhm.
So let's say right now you're selecting, what is available, and let's say hypothetically, your agent is live, and with this model, and let's say the model that you had actually, expires,
Decommission.
right? Exactly. So then what happens? Like, does the agent automatically imbibe a new model that's available, like by default, or do you have to physically go and change the selection?
Right. That's a very good question, right? Everybody will have this question because we will be developing our solution in one model, and soon after
Yep.
introducing a very latest model, the older version will get decommissioned based on its
Yep.
the features provided. So we currently don't have the auto updation of the model. We have to anyhow. We will be getting a notification from the Microsoft upfront. So we have to be ready with our next model. So we have to do it manually as of now. There is no current auto updation process for the model within the prompt system itself.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, we can pick the model, or as I said, you can select any other model, which will be. So now I will turn on of this voice mode. Let's move on to the instruction. So instruction is nothing but the prompt, which we will be providing to the OpenAI model to ensure that what we are expecting from this model and what it should what it should do and how it should perform. This is a place where we will set the tone, how to respond to the user, what it can expect from the user, and where it will be collecting the response from. It is not something like randomly we are not expecting a generic response from the agent what I'm going to build. That should be like precise while it is trying to come up with some responses. So in that case, I have to provide a very clear instruction. So I don't want to take much of the time. So I have a collection of prompt now with me. I'm just going to copy and paste it, but I can quickly go through what kind of prompt I will be loading here. right? You can see here, I'm clearly instructing what I'm expecting, right? So I'm setting the expectation here. I'm setting the role of my model. So it is going to act as a Microsoft AI certification coach, and it is going to act as an expert instructor to, help the front end person who's looking for the certification, right? And I'm setting the mission of this particular agent. What is the mission? How it should um, how it should reply back to the question from the user. What is the scope? I'm calling out all the certification it should guide us throughout the solution, right? So I came up with certain solution which is closely related to AI in the Microsoft field, and then I'm also coming up with ethics it should follow, right? Always it is mandatory for us to ensure that it is not violating any policies, right? And it is not focusing on any criticisms, right? So that is how we need to set the instructions. And you can see here, I can post the workshop. I can also share this prompt, so you can go ahead and make use of it in your own agentic solution and just bring it out all the safety concerns and finally set the tone for this agentic solution, right? For finally set this tone for the solution. And then there comes the tools option. There comes the tools option where you will have an option to figure out what is going to be your knowledge. If you would like to use web search as your knowledge, you can go ahead and use it. But I don't want anything to happen beyond the knowledge. I don't want my solution to come up with any random suggestions to the end user. It has to be precise enough. It has to be controlled enough while it is delivering the solution, right? So I'm turning off the web search as of now. So once I turn off the web search, you can go ahead and see what are all the other options. I have the code interrupter, but if I'm a coding freak, I can turn it on and go ahead and start my coding process, but I don't want to take much of the time. I just want to keep it very simple for our today's session. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also skip browse all the tools, but I will go through what are all the options we have it here. So we have all the options inside our tools like file search, where we will have an option to, load our own files, our own enterprise data, which is sitting inside our local. If not, if I have the existing Azure AI search, you can go ahead and bring it up. Or if not, if you would like to use any Bing search, you can activate this, and web search, yes, you can activate this. So these are all the options. Or if you have all your files sitting inside the SharePoint, yes, you can also bring that in now. So that is also now available in the Foundry, which is not earlier, which is only available in the Copilot Studio, but now it is also available in our Foundry itself. And so this is a configured place, and you have a catalog place here, you have a custom place here. So there comes the MCP. So if you have your own MCP, you can bring it in here, but that should not be from the third party place, right? And if you have any agent to agent process, you can click ahead and bring one another agent here, right? So yeah, as I said, I will keep it simple. What I'm going to do is I have a handbook for all the certification in my, which is sitting in my local. So I'll start uploading it, right? So when I click on the upload file, the first and foremost thing what the Foundry looks for is the indexing. It's because all the AI model, it needs the input to be in a in an understandable way of all the OpenAI model, right? It is all the LLMs and SLM. It will only understand the embedding values, not the user readable text. So this is the next piece of work after passing the prompt. I don't have the existing index, so I'm going to create the index. Let me give the name for the index here. So this is AIKB. And right, let me bring all the files here. Not mandatory to be in the MD file, but it is advisable to have everything in an MD file. If not, you can upload any type of file. There is no restriction here. You can upload any type of file here, right? So I'm creating a new index. I brought in all the four files here, and everything, the status is success, and I'm attaching into the tool now. So what's going to happen here once after attaching it, the indexing. So earlier in the older version, there is an option to perform the indexing, but you need to select multiple features. That is, more like a decision by the developer side, right? So now you can see, based on the instruction and based on the document what I have uploaded, it will start to pick the indexes, appropriate indexes for the solution by itself. So I'm not going to pick any features inside the index. That's what I mean to say. So it's just like bring it, click it, and close it. Boom, you can see the result here, right? So I have added the file search, just refresh it. Right, let me see. The tool has missing configuration. Let me click one another time. Okay. Right, you can see here that got indexed. So my indexing completed within a fraction of a second, right? It is not taking much of the time, and it selected the type of index, type of embedding, everything has been selected by itself. When I say itself, everything selected by the Foundry, new Foundry itself, right? And if you would like to provide some additional knowledge other than what you have provided here, you can go ahead and keep adding inside. So here comes another beautiful feature, really magic to Foundry, I could say that. So if you have your own built Foundry IQ, it is nothing but the rename of Azure AI Search. So Foundry IQ has all the inbuilt features what is available in Azure AI Search. On top of the existing Azure AI Search, I will show you what are all the additional exciting features it is having inside, right? So if you would like to add some more knowledge, just go ahead and connect to the Foundry IQ, which will be more precise and more, super close to your solution than what we have done it here. Right, so this is my existing connection, but if you don't have one, you can go ahead. I'll just start from the scratch. Let me save it. And whenever you're saving, whenever you're performing some task inside it, it will it will have the version control. So if you look into it, V1 is a version which I have created at 620, and V2 is the version which I have created at 638. So for every updating operation, it has its own inbuilt version control. This is also the another beautiful thing what we have in New Foundry, right? So now I'm going inside the knowledge and bringing the Foundry IQ to live into action. I'm starting from the scratch. I'm creating a new AI search resource. I have a resource already, but still, let me create a new resource.
So, Booma, while you're doing that, would you say that this is kind of you're basically doing like RAG?
Yeah, exactly. That's what Foundry IQ. It has all the features which is available inside the Azure AI Search, right? So it has the RAG process, it has a multimodal RAG process, and it has its inbuilt indexing, embedding. Everything is performed inside it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, let me go ahead and create a new resource. Just click on the new resource if you don't have one, and it will redirect to it. Click your account and check it once whether you are picking your right options. Then yeah, right. Creating, and pick your region as well. Review and create it. Go ahead and create it. So you will be directed to the new resource. Yeah. So there comes let's refresh it.
Booma, you didn't add the markdown files to knowledge base, but you added it to tools.
Yes. I'm just showing all the options, whatever
Okay.
options you can make use of it. So
Okay.
first I
So
have,
we can add markdown to
mhm.
knowledge files also. I mean,
Yes,
if we want.
exactly. We
Okay.
can
Okay.
add the same file into the knowledge base. We can add the same file into the tools. The tools also does the same, process. It also does the indexing, but there is some limitations. But when we move on to the Foundry IQ, it is a whole bunch of operation which will be done inside Foundry IQ itself.
But do you have guidance as to when to use one over the other? Like,
Yeah, yes. I'll just,
okay.
share those information as well.
Sure.
Right. So let me bring this in. I'll refresh this and yeah, here is my latest resource. Right, connected. So here comes our new knowledge base, which is, directed by our Foundry IQ. So here, if you would like to bring any of the existing plays, yes, you can. Or if you would like to, same, all the operations are available here. I already have my Azure AI search. If I would like to bring it here, I can click on it. If not, again, I'll also show you how we can bring in the same MD files via Foundry IQ, right? So Azure Blob Storage, click on the Azure Blob Storage, where I'm planning to load all my MD file into Blob Storage and then bring it into Foundry IQ. But if you feel like you have to place all your files or folders inside any one of this, you can. There's no restrictions. But I'm currently picking Azure Blob Storage now. So go ahead and connect it. Give some name for it and give the description. So this is like KB. And if you don't have one storage account, go ahead and create it. Since I have it, I'll be using the same. So what I have placed inside the storage account is nothing but all the 4 MD files which I have ingested into the tools. There's the same 4 to 5 files, MD files, right, which I have already uploaded it. And here you have an option to pick the storage account and the container. And then you will also have an option to select the embedding model, which you have already deployed. If you don't have the deployed model, go ahead here and browse more models for the embedding process, right? So we have 3 models. If your process is proceeding with a huge amount of file size, then just pick this large option. Mine is, pretty casual thing, so I'm just using the small thing not to waste the token much. So that's it, all the mandatory fields. If you would like to just go for an advanced option, you can select it and check it out how often you would like to bring in the updated file. You can set the schedule timing as well, where if not Foundry, you have to bring in the ADF and build the pipeline, CI/CD pipeline to perform the scheduled ingestion process triggering operation, right? That is not the case anymore in the Foundry. So if you would like to pick any date, you can pick it here, right? So I would like to skip this process and I'll go ahead and create. So now I'm creating a knowledge source under Foundry IQ, which has its own inbuilt processing. So it will perform the indexing by itself. So the only thing what I have performed now is I'm providing my knowledge. I have provided my prompt, clearly instructed the model what I'm expecting from it. That's it. So now, this is a chat completion model. So I'll be picking 4.0. And yeah, this is what I'm expecting the output mode, right? And one another thing you have to do, as how we have provided the instruction to the main agentic model, right? So for this particular knowledge based Foundry IQ model, I need to provide one another prompt, but that is not mandatory. But I would like to give, because I need my agent to perform in a perfect way, not to hallucinate the result, or not to over promise the user while it is guiding them, right? So I want to make it very clear about the task, what it has to perform. So I have one another prompt which is ready with me. I'll go ahead and bring that up. Yeah, here you go. So this is all about, I'm just getting, setting the stage for this Foundry IQ and mentioning what it's supposed to do, where it has to refer, so how it has to extract the information during the indexing process, what if it fails, right? So everything, all the basic operations and the informations process, the end-to-end sequential flow I have provided in the retrieval instruction. And then, if you would like to create your own knowledge source, you can go ahead and create it. I'm going to use my existing Azure Flow. If not, you can use your Azure Blob Storage. Since I have loaded my MD files into the Blob Storage, I'll be calling it here. If not, if you already have your existing Azure AI Search Index, you can click on this, right? So everywhere you will have an option to pick accordingly, according to your requirement, right? Now I will pick the blob storage option. Right, let me go from here. So status is creating, will take some time. So I'm saving the knowledge base.
Booma, would you say what's there in Foundry IQ is basically the IQ of the entire Foundry, so it's available across all agents that you create, and the tools is only for the particular agent you create?
Right. When we say the Foundry IQ, it's like the complete knowledge what we are providing. So it holds only the complete, the database. I should say this is a database. It has all the documents or all the data what I'm planning to, load into my agent, load into my agent, and load into my solution to have it as a reference.
So would you
But
say
is it
that once you, sorry, Padmini, complete your thought and then I can ask.
Okay, thank you. So, but is it available outside of this agent? Like what we've loaded into this blob storage
No,
and
it's
all
not
that?
available. This is dedicated to the agent what we are currently creating.
Okay.
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 So I
Sorry,
think
Yuvika.
Padmini
This
was
knowledge
asking
will be
that, yeah,
only
I
to
think
this
I have a
specific
similar question, right? That is is it, because when you say a database, does that mean that it will be available to other agents or not? But you're saying that no, this is
No.
specific just for this agent. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
just for this agent.
Right. Perfect. Thank you.
And you can straight away, once our knowledge base is ready, you can use in an agent. So this is like I have 2 agents created. Now I'll be using for this. So here comes our agent, and these are all the 2 knowledges what I have provided. Right. So yeah, the next piece is all about the memory, right? Always when we are talking about the agentic chat or agentic solution, we always expect the agent to also remember what happened in the previous conversation or what happened in the previous response or the interaction with the end user, right? It always has to remember, so that each and every process or each and every question from the end user will not be the new question. They can start from the previous conversation where they left it. I can log in after 2 days, but still my chat will remember my previous conversation. So from there, I can take it forward. It's not necessary for me to every time start from the scratch. So that's what the memory here is all about. So in earlier Foundry, what it has is we have to create a memory logic, run through the Azure function and connect it with multiple Azure logics or many services, right? But now it's a kind of just toggle the button, activate it, and your memory process is all the way live into action now. So that's what is. So memory, if you want to, by default, the memory will be created for you, or if you want to go with a very specific thing, you can create your own memory here. So here is a memory store where you can, this will be created for you by default. And if you would like to change or add any features on top of the memory, like how long you would like to hold it, or how you would like to hold the memory for every user, single user, or for the set of a group of departments which is inside the organization, or how you would like to store the memory, how long, and what is the concurrent user size to store the memory, right? And going beyond, if you would like to also restrict with a number of queries for each session, right, you can do that inside the memory, right? And so this is all about the memory. And one another main feature here is a guardrail. This is like, pretty much crucial whenever we are developing the agentic solution. And you have the, as for memory, you have the inbuilt guardrails for all the agentic solution, but then it again, the policy varies based on the industry, based on the domain the data belong to, right? So if it is a financial sector, the guardrail is going to be pretty tough for the throughout the data, throughout the organization. And then going to the different domain, it's again, the guardrail is going to be different, but there will be some leisure type of thing we can handle in the data process. So it varies domain to domain, industry to industry, so you can fix it. But by default, it will come up with a inbuilt RAI process inside the Microsoft platform itself. So more or less here, I'm not going to touch this custom built guardrail. Let just you go ahead and use the default RAI past guardrail guidelines itself, right?
So this is the same as the safety layer, like the
Yes,
content
exactly.
filters. Okay.
Yep, it has its own. And then, that's all for building the model. What I have done is I came up with a model which is suitable for my expectation, and then I came up with a prompt, which is nothing but the instruction I gave to the model, which I have selected. I came with 2 different knowledge, but as of now, I have loaded the same kind of knowledge. But if you would like to go ahead and load 2 different knowledge, so one into the tools and one into the knowledge base, you can. Or you can, it is not mandatory to use both the things. You can use either one. That is also sufficient enough, right? But the difference here is when you're picking the knowledge, it make use of the Foundry IQ, which is nothing but the bundle of data to support your solution will be sitting here, right? So when you're using the tools, it will be dedicated only for this agentic, only for the solution. But you're using the logic, you have additional option to provide additional instruction. You can make use of one another agent into this knowledge to guide the provided prompt as well. So it's super fantastic when you're bringing the Foundry IQ into action, right?
I have another question for you. So when you have, the choice of using the tools versus the knowledge like this, has there been any test done or to see whether the quality of response versus, when you're trying to answer questions, when it was loaded in tools versus knowledge, does that differ? And then second, how does that impact the token usage? Because I'm assuming there is a different mechanism of indexing that is happening, versus. Yes. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So, when we are talking about just let me go ahead and save it.
Yeah.
Will be saved into the version 4. So when we are talking about the token sizing, the evaluation process of tools and knowledge, everything you can look into the traces, monitor, and evaluation once after we build the solution completely. So when I say build the solution completely, let's go ahead and start, testing the agent.
Yep.
From there, where the traces, monitor, evaluation, all part, you can see how it comes to life.
Amazing.
Yeah. So evaluation, again, it shows the difference between the knowledge extracted from the file search and from the knowledge base and moving on to the monitor and traces, it will show you the token usage for each and every questions. Let me show you here. So, now I have provided all the instruction, knowledge is ready for me and everything is done. I have saved it. Now I'm in the version of 4. And if I ask the question, it's a very generic question. Memory tool is not supported in this region. What happened? Okay, let me go ahead and remove this. We'll go with the default. And start the new chat. Right. Which Microsoft examination? So it's completely coming up based on the knowledge what we have provided. So it's not asking of any other certification. So these are all the certification data which I have loaded into both the knowledge sources. So let me go ahead and just not to. Right. Here is how it started responding. And it's also coming up with a reference material where it extracted all the response from. So this is how the prompt has been designed. It has to come up with reference material to ensure our model usage is not hallucinating any response. It is completely tagged with the knowledge and not going beyond the knowledge to pull the information. So this is what it's all about. So now this is how it is responding. Now moving to the traces, we can see some result in the traces as well. This is for each and every question. I have shooted out 2 questions. So this is for the first one, and you can see how well it is tracking all the responses, right? So this is a user question, and this is a user, the agent response. And here's the tool it have used, and you can see here what's the duration taken for this tool to respond back, right? And it's using a version 5, and it has taken 0 second to respond back. And this is a description what I have provided in the knowledge base, and this is another description of short description, and the response will be here. This is a response provided by the agent for my question, and this is the duration taken. Same goes for this part. So this is a place where I have clearly guided the OpenAI model. So this is all about the knowledge, and this is all about the combination of the knowledge source and the OpenAI model, the prompt, so which will have both the prompt combined. So when it is coming here, it's like, not in the consolidated, and this is a consolidated one. Right? And so this is a trace process for the first question, and this is for the second question. And here you go. So this is my input, and here how the agent responded to me. And when we click into the output message, it will show that how long it have taken to extract the information. Again, it's pretty good in responding. It's because we have just less amount of file. Obviously, it will respond it in obviously in a short amount of time, and performance will be definitely good if we have less amount of file. At the same time, to increase the accuracy and to have the better performance, load more data and bring the accuracy, right? So this is all about how long it is taking to respond back to the user query. And coming back to Uvika, your question is monitoring the tokens, right? So how the token is running up. Here is where the comparison is.
Oh, this is against both of them? That's amazing.
Yes. And here is the error rate, since we don't have much. No, it's not 100% accurate. So this is the error rate, and this is for all the combined question, and it is coming for both the parts.
Amazing, right? That
Pretty
even though there is 33% error rate, how many
Yes.
people know that, there is still an error rate?
There is still an error. It's look like so confident in
I
response.
know.
Yes, and we do have the evaluation process. You can also activate the evaluation process in 3 different ways. So if it should be automatic evaluation, you have an option to generate the synthetic data, which we don't have earlier. So you can, if you would like to evaluate on the go, just make use of it. Create the agent or bring another model to evaluate. So always it is preferable to go ahead to use either agent or another model. If I'm using 4.0, it's the good practice is to use the advanced model than 4.0. If I'm using 4.0, just go for 5 and perform the evaluation. If not, just bring the agent and just move on to the next step. It will ask you whether it has to create the synthetic data or you have the existing data set. This is one another beautiful feature, right, which we don't have earlier. It able to create its own synthetic data, and it will ask the count of synthetic data it has to create. Let me limit as of now to just maintain the token sizing, right? And it will assign its own name. If you would like to rename it, you can go ahead and rename. And if you would like to give the prompt to instruct the model, you can provide the prompt as usual here, and you can confirm it. Again, uploading the file is not mandatory here. So the mandatory things are only these 3 features, nothing else. So you can go ahead and confirm. If you're not providing any information in the files, the sample files or prompt, it will take from the data what you have loaded in the knowledge base, and it will start creating the synthetic data based on the data what you have loaded already. So you can also reduce the time here. But if you would like,
Amazing.
yeah.
Sorry, I think Medha had a
Medha had a question, yeah.
Yes, Medha.
Sorry. So, with the introduction of Foundry IQ, how does the system manage to automatically source between our indexed data and remote business systems to prevent your tool use failure or any issues like that?
Okay, when you say the remote, what do you mean by that? Something, the data which is not sitting inside your knowledge base, or could you please just elaborate?
Yeah, for something like which is not included in our index data. So will it use the Foundry IQ, or if the data indexed in our the data that is indexed there might be wrong, right? In our files as well, maybe. So how does it automatically source like?
You mean to ask how it will handle the incorrect data, right?
Mhm.
Incorrect file, which is totally not relevant to your scope. It is not in your scope.
Yeah, kind of.
Right. So IQ, actually, there is no option to pick the right, correct and incorrect data. Whatever knowledge source you are providing, it will start to, perform its own workflow. It will start its indexing by handling the RAG process or wherever it is necessary, right? It will switch between the RAG or graph RAG it is required. It will bring in the graph RAG. So what it does, whatever information you are providing, it will pick the features suitable for your data. But Foundry IQ, it doesn't classify the correct and incorrect data for your requirement.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So and then once the synthetic data got
Booma, sorry,
yes.
Sandrine also has a question.
Yes,
Yeah, Sandrine.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for
glad that you all are keeping this session so engaged. I'm
Okay.
not
It is so
feeling like I'm talking
interesting.
to the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation, Dr. Booma. I have a question. So how does the agent is going to decide if he's going to rely to what the Foundry IQ is going to tell him versus this model knowledge. Is it a way to decide if he's going to go to what the Foundry IQ is telling him or to rely to his own knowledge, like model knowledge? One is going
Right.
to his own.
So it's based on the information what you're providing, right? So let's say like you're loading all the policy related information inside the tools,
Yeah.
and you're just loading the the articles, whatever is other than the policy. If you are loading the rest of the detail inside the Foundry IQ, right, it will pick accordingly. So whenever the agent is getting a question, the agent will start acting as an orchestrator agent. So which will decide the question and reroute it to the appropriate knowledge. So if the question is all about the policy, then it clearly, it clearly has the knowledge that policy related question, the data is sitting inside the tools. And when the question is apart from the policy, the information is sitting inside the Foundry IQ. So it will pick accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
It will be redirected. So that control is in the hands of orchestrator agent.
Okay.
And Booma, so a couple of questions going back to evals. You showed that there was an error in the
Memory.
like on that error, yeah.
Yes.
But that error is error in response.
It's not the error in the response. It's because my region is not supportive to the memory which I have selected.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's a
That's the error.
region-wise response.
Got
Yes.
it. And the other thing was an old Foundry. Under evaluations, we had like this, it would
Prompt
evaluate
flow.
on, truthfulness, and then, whatever grounded, not the evaluations specifically, but in the traces, it had like a 1 to 5 you could see in the Foundry. When you,
Yes.
like how you showed in the responses in the traces, right? It had, have they pulled out that information into something else?
Yes, actually, this evaluation has made it very simple, right? When we are into the old Foundry, we have a prompt flow to perform all these in a manual way where we need to, pick the template. You need to provide the sample, not just the sample data alone. You have to provide the sample questions and the expected answer along with the data source where it has been, extracted, right? So then you will have an option to pick the model. Then you will have an option to set the threshold values, all the inputs and outputs. But here, coming to the evaluation part, what I will be doing is I will just click on these information, just synthetic generation. If I'm moving forward, I click on the next, you can see all the necessary operation what it is suggesting me. I don't have to do anything manually here. So we have auto suggested the following 12 evaluators. I can pick it, or I can just have everything together. But the prompt flow, that is why that got decommissioned and we got this new thing. So it is like super intelligent enough to guide us in picking the right option for our requirement.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So it's coming up with 8 different agents for evaluating one solution now. And you can see the quality. So you have asked for the groundedness and the fluency, coherence, relevance from the database, what we have provided. So it is just looking for all the 4 things, but it is also giving us an option to add a new evaluator if we have anything other than this, right? Any other requirement other than this. But this is like, sufficient enough for us to go ahead and, evaluate the solution, what it has provided. And then if I click on it, this is like the review result, what it has to, where it has to store and what is the name. And when I click on the submit, within a fraction of a second, you will complete the evaluation process and provide me the result in a downloadable file if I would like to. So here is the, evaluation process running. I'll come back to this by the time I'll complete one another process as well, right? Let it run. for a while.
This is
And there
so
is also a
cool.
human evaluation. Yes, right. Super cool it is. And yeah, moving back to the playground, what few things I would like to cover here is it's not just sitting inside the Foundry, right? We have to deploy it into one another place. It's just now sitting inside the Foundry, not into the live place. So what we have an option here is, and then I can make it I can bring few other metrics as well. So what I can do is you can try to add few metrics or just bring it here. If you want to come up and add some prompts inside, right? The default prompts, just go ahead, click on, click on the setting. And if you want to change the name of your home page of appearance, right? You can go ahead and provide it here. Let me take from my prompting place. Okay, let me bring in the display name here. And though it's not mandatory, I would like to always give the description to ensure the end user is not clueless about my solution, right? So it's always a good practice. I'm coming up with 3 default prompts, but it is not mandatory to give all the 3 prompts, right? We can always skip it and keep it very short. Either 1 or 2 should be fine, but let me fill in all the 3 options here. Right. So now whoever is jumping into this place, now you can see again it took over the versioning control. Now I'm in V6. So now it's just coming up with 3 prompts, default prompts for me. And this is again, you will have a control over the coding part. You can, if you're super expert in, expert in coding, you can just go ahead and bring in some other additional features as well. And YAML file is here. You can amend it. But now I will just show you the preview. Let us look into the preview option, how it is going to look like in the front end. So this is how the front end is going to look like. So now it's not sitting inside the Foundry. We have partially moved that out of the Foundry. So this is how our front end is going to look like, right? It's how our Copilot Studio, if you have started working on the Copilot Studio, of course, this is how the home screen is going to look like. But this is your own agent, which is having your own enterprise data or your personal data could be here. So you can create your own certification agent. Once after this session, you can create your own tax advisor, which will help you in filing your W-2, whatever you would like to. You can create your own agent by just providing the sufficient information.
Question on this, Booma. So now that you've created, right? So you can share the link of this agent with any of your teammates within the company, and they can start using it, right?
That's how they can make use of your agent in their own Copilot Studio or the teams as well.
Super.
Right. So then, answer to your question very immediately. If you would like to publish and share the solution to one of your friend or another team member, what you can do is click on the publish and just publish agent, right? So this publish agent, it will show you all the details. Just cancel it and come back here now. What happened? Let me just click on it. Okay. Click on the public, come back here. Now your option will get enabled once after publishing. So you can, you can see the endpoint of both the protocol and the API. So you can share these 2 things. You can take a screenshot or copy and paste it for your reference. And then, you can click on publish to Teams and Microsoft 365 Copilot directly from here, or else if you close and come back here, this will be activated. So you can also do it from here directly. So what it does is it will ask you to pick the bot service if you have one already. If not, you will have an option to create a bot service here. So it will help you to create the bot service, which will create and take you to this page. Okay. And since I already have one and we are also running out of time, so let me pick the one which I have existing. My bad. Okay, let me go ahead and create it. So very little coding. You need to launch your own agent with your own data. That is what.
This is great, Booma. Just
Yes.
really quickly, so when we publish it and there are conversations happening, in our whatever with the bot, all those can be monitored under that monitor tab uh, to check for, quality and what kind of responses the bot is giving, right? Because if
Yeah.
I want to actively
You have
monitor,
complete control over the monitoring place.
okay.
Yeah, end-to-end operations, you can see even, now I have activated single user, but if you are launching for multi-user pad, there will be an option to collect the authentication, managed identity. So every time it will ask the user ID or it will keep extracting the user information. So during the evaluation part, you can also see the user who have asked this question and what response has been provided. And moving forward, you can also bring in the feedback loop. You can collect the feedback from the user who got the response, right? So same like how we are having it in the Copilot. You can like or dislike the response provided by, which will be used to improve the further responses. So that's how it's going to work.
And obviously, I mean, we have to enable multi-language, conversational language understanding and
Yes.
all of that.
Yes. And you have to, for supporting multi-language one, you have to pick the appropriate model.
Model, okay. And also speech to text, text to speech, all that stuff would come under picking that right model.
Yes.
Okay.
Oof. It's taking quite long time. So
Yeah.
once after creating this bot, it will get displayed here because everything is happening in the same resource group. It should actually display it here.
That's okay. Don't worry. Maybe
Yeah.
sometimes it just
You
takes
know,
time. So
Yes. So what I will do is the one which I have, it's always good to have the backup, right?
back up always.
Yeah. So I will show you the one what I have created, right? It's here. So this is an agent which I have created, and when I look into this, so this is the bot service which Foundry helped me to create to launch my solution in the Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft 365 Copilot, right? So you can provide the name, you can provide the terms. If your company have your own terms, you can paste the, you can bring the URL here and the privacy statement URL here. And wherever you would like to launch your agent, you can bring that. So if it is your organization or if it is for your own personal use, you can also bring that into the Copilot.
So
So
even
you
in
can
your
see,
personal website. So let's say if somebody goes
yes,
in your LinkedIn, so it will show
yes.
up on your LinkedIn.
Yes, of course, it will show into your LinkedIn. You can do it for your GitHub. You can, of course, Teams, yes. So all the Microsoft things it will support. So and prepare the agent. So once you prepare the agent, so it is for individual scope, not for the organization scope. So it's just for me, right? I'll go ahead, or if you would like to click for the organization, it will let you to download the zip file where you can share the zip file to your friends or to your teammates where they can make use of your they can make use of your application inside the Teams, or they can bring this as one of the agent in the Copilot Studio, right? And then I don't need any admin if I go with the individual scope. If not, it will ask the admin permission. So just for the permission sake, I'll click on the individual scope and I'll go ahead and submit it. Yeah, there you go. So you're ready to publish it inside your Microsoft 365 Copilot and the Teams. So you need to enter into this part. and click on the all agent, your agent, and in the Teams part, right? So where I will bring this in. I hope you're only seeing my one screen.
Yes, don't worry.
Yeah. No, that I'm about to share my Copilot Studio where it got launched. That's my one another personal account. So I don't
Nice.
know, it's not coming up. So this is how it's gonna look like. Once you launch it, click on the all agent where you will be able to see your own agent which got launched here, and you can start using it.
Nice.
Yes. And when you go to the Teams, just click on the app, use the downloaded file. So make use of the downloaded file, bring it here, and click on the app, just bring this zip file, and it will start to display in the group of agents. So your agent will be one among this.
Booma, will it sit like a chatbot, like how we see in the bottom right of websites?
Of course, that's exactly the same.
Exactly. So you
Exactly
can
the
create an icon and or
Yeah.
like a okay.
Yes, definitely. You can create an icon. So that's the beauty of this coding part, right? If you would like to add more inside this, so this is a very basic thing which will come up with, help to come up with this kind of homepage. But you would like to change your icon or you'd like to change the color, you can make use of this code.
But it's
And
what I'm saying is like a pop-up on your website is what I mean. Like how it on the bottom right, many websites have a chat bot, and you click on it, and it pops up like a
Okay.
small rectangular
No, you
window.
have to work on top of the web services what we are creating. So this is a basic bot service what we have created, right? So it
Okay,
has its own homepage view. So you need to work
got
on, if
it.
you are looking for customized view, then just we need to work on the VS Code. Just go to this code and we need to customize according to our requirement.
Got
But
it.
it is possible. But this current version, what I'm building, no, it cannot be converted into the pop-up kind of version, but
Okay,
it will, straightforward, it will look like this.
got it. Thank
I
you.
just see that we are way over time. So
I'm so
thank you
sorry
so
for
much,
taking
Booma. No, this was
But it
great.
was
Did
so
anybody have
engaging,
any?
Booma.
Yeah, it was super. Thank you so
Thank
Do you
you.
much.
have
Thank you so
anything
much. It's all,
else?
you all engaged this session like super cool.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much. Was there anything else, or did anybody else have any other questions before we wrap up? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, Booma. This was amazing. It was so
Thank
good.
you.
And can't wait to go back and tinker quite a bit, in Foundry, the new Foundry view.
Yes, start to
I
make your hands dirty
Yes.
with all the stuff what we learned today,
Yeah, the UI
Yes,
looks super
yes,
cool. And
yes.
once again,
Thanks.
thank you so much. We really appreciate, and be on the lookout for some other amazing sessions that are going to be coming for April. So folks here, as well as the folks catching the recording, stay tuned. We have some exciting speakers coming up for April. And with that, thank you so much and have
Thank you
a
so much,
wonderful
Booma. Thank you for
weekend.
your time and safe travels and
Yes, safe
great
travels.
weekend, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.